I'm Diamond B. Frazier. You are tuned into the Kickback Reloaded. We have Miss Queen and Mr. Nine right here of Blaquestone. How y'all doing today?
We feeling good. Great.
Yeah.
Happy to be here.
I'm happy that y'all here.
Yeah.
So, I be nosy and all up in y'all interviews and stuff, with Essence, and I think was a modern diversity, and I think the first one you did at a film festival probably a year ago. Was that in North Carolina? I could be lying.
Oh, was it a film festival?
Or Black Music Festival?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Y'all be everywhere. You don't know. The resume is long.
That's crazy.
But, so a lot of people always talk about how business and pleasure just ain't doing this thing. Like, don't do it. You go to work. Like, keep it working, keep it moving. We have a whole married couple that are working together and making it work. And I know you, don't quote me, you had said was, if it's business, it should be personal because you're entrusting in, someone with your vision and stuff like that hold near and dear to you. So to all the couples out there trying to start a business or work together, give them some quick advice, please.
You've already
communicate. Listen when the communication is happening. Observe each other, study each other, if you will. Be able to identify strengths and working points. I won't say weaknesses, but points that people could work on. And again, grow with each other. So that's where I'll start.
What you got to say, Queen?
I was gonna say, understand the definition of evolution, and if you know that when you are evolving, it's always consistent change, but it's always for the better. So if you keep that as your foundation in your relationship, you'll always be open to change or to new things coming instead of like looking at it as something scary. And that way it's easy for you to go with the flow and like enjoy the journey.
So you two were actually friends first.
Yeah.
And do you feel like that has also really helped you in your relationship?
Yeah. And it was like, I guess a pure friendship. It wasn't any side eye or like, man, maybe if I get the chance. Like it wasn't
right. It was pure intention.
Yeah. It was a respect factor. No plot. It was a respect factor that I personally had for Courtney and Queen, which is why I call her Queen. So yeah, a pure friendship, essentially.
And real quick, can you touch on communication, because a lot of people say, like, married couples has been together for years, like communication is number one, and I think it kind of goes over people's heads. They don't understand the depth of what communication really is. So can you kind of touch on that?
Touch on it,
Touch it.
Please go first.
Okay. Well, I would say when you say explain the depth of it, you mean like how often, or just what are we talking about, or like
what does it, like, maybe an example of good communication? Is it whenever you're feeling something you need to say it? Is it how you say it? Is it when you say it? Is it like learning how the other person communicates and taking that on? Like, or did I just answer the question for you?
You need to write a book.
You really just answered all of that.
Diamond's book, relationship is.
I mean, to expound on that, I mean, it's when you feel something, having the space, even creating an environment where you can freely communicate. You know what I mean? If I feel like I can't talk to Queen because she's not going to listen to me, or she's only going to hear one side of it, then you're not even creating an environment for communication to happen. Same thing for myself. I have to be able to listen to her and not be so defensive. Not take everything so personal. That was an issue I kind of had early on. Just like
that's my issue.
We would talk about things, and I would only hear something that would offend me. Not necessarily even hearing how she felt. She might even be saying, "This is like what's happening. This is how I'm feeling about what's happening."
Right.
So listening, the nuance of it is important. So.
Oh, you're so great.
Y'all are so great. Like, if y'all watch this interview, see how she look at her man. Like, that's how you should look at your man.
Everybody say that?
It's like I don't know. Like, I love it. I hope I look at my man like that.
You do that last picture y'all took in the field
you
with
like
the
that?
grass?
That's my man. So y'all have known each other since what, 13 years old?
I was 13.
You were 13 and she was 14. You guys a year apart. Cool. So you feel like you really know each other, like you know her like for real.
Still learning her. You know, I don't think there's a cap on knowing someone. I mean, if we're all evolving, then it's an ongoing process. So, you know, I know things about her. I know know certain things, but still learning her as a whole. You know, she's 25, I'm 24, so we're still learning ourselves, if you will.
Of course.
But there's an understanding there that you know, we're committed to learning ourselves and being open with change. So.
Okay, so we're gonna play a little quick game. It's called the perfect match. So I feel like they are the perfect match. You know, he trying to downplay it. Yes, you do got to keep learning the person and you will learn more, but he got to know something. She got to know something. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask each of you a question, and whoever I ask the question to, you write down what your answer is, and then your partner wants to match what they think you're going to say.
Okay.
Ooh, I feel like I saw this in a movie.
Well, you going to play, girl. You in the movie today. So don't look, don't cheat, none of that.
Good thing I'm left-handed and he right-handed. So.
Alright, so this is for Miss Courtney. If you had to live on a deserted island, what are 3 items you would bring with you?
Ooh.
Only 3. What would you bring, and what do you think she would bring? What does she always talk about? What is like her go-to thing, or where's it like, oh no, I know she can't live without this item?
Any item, right? Not just
any item. Whatever you think she gonna bring along with her.
3.
3 items. You seem like you know more than her. She over there like yeah, she like, shoot.
I'm looking at my answers.
I'm too indecisive.
Can I combine like? Nah.
Can y'all write it bigger? I gave y'all 6. No, you good. Just so you can show the camera what it is. Okay. So y'all can turn it to the camera at the same time and then like look and see if you guys got it.
So you want me to write it big style? Okay,
big
cool.
Style.
Let's go.
Show them that you know you care.
We about to see. Alright.
I'm testing y'all. I gotta test myself. I don't even know if I can answer this. I don't even think I know what he would bring on an island.
I'm a little more.
I feel like he gonna give me a parent answer of what I need versus what I want. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna just guess this last one. I ain't gonna hold you. You just guessing.
You just guessing.
That's it. Let's see if I get at least one of them. Don't look at mine.
I'm not. I'm looking at the camera.
All right, on the count of 3, show it to the camera. 1, 2, 3.
Dang, I ain't listening.
All right, hold it to the camera. All right, now show each other.
Hey, you know me.
All right, so what is it for those that can't? I guess maybe didn't catch it on screen.
I put cookies too.
I put water, music, sweets, but then I put ... raps.
Oh, you head rap?
And I put chicken, music, and head wrap.
Okay, that's pretty.
But when I said can I combine, I was about to put chicken/cookies. And I would have matched the sweets, but it's all good.
Oh, that's perfect.
2 out of 3.
Oh, y'all know? Okay. No, that was really, I mean, that's hard to really get each one, but y'all pretty much got it. Like, that's what's up. All right, so for Marcus, what annoys you most about Courtney? So, Courtney, you should know, like, yeah, when I do this dude get on his nerves.
We just put one thing, or we put nine.
The one main thing where it's like, she know, you know.
Oh, man. Let me see. I'm trying to.
Why do you act like, dang, it's so many? I'm just trying to cook.
I got the list. I have no shame.
The number one. Like, this is the top. And then for you, Courtney, it's like, yeah, I know when I do this, I be getting nervous.
Oh, man. How do I word it?
If it ain't the exact same phrase, I'm going to still give it to y'all.
Here it is. Let me preference this, too.
You are a mess.
There we go. Let me make it a little bigger. Now we go with that. We go.
Are y'all ready?
I'm ready.
All right, ready? Go ahead, show the camera. 1, 2, 3, show them. All right, show each other.
That's it.
Being late without communicating. Girl,
That's
they
it.
said the number one thing was communication.
Making us late. I can't stand it.
Y'all, they drove separately. I'm putting your business out there.
You know.
Alright, so this next one. Courtney, if Marcus could eat the same food every day, what would it be? You should know this, girl.
Oop, my head wrap touched the mic. Whoops.
She should, man.
I hope so. I may be thinking about myself on this one.
Alright, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, wait. I'm thinking I should have said something else.
Alright, show each other.
You got it.
Hey!
Okay, I'll take it.
Tender's chicken. I mean, it's the same feel.
Okay.
That's cool,
Same feel.
Alright, and this last one. Courtney, what was Marcus's first job?
Oh.
Oh, you know right away. Well, you been around, girl. You should know.
Oh, I ain't gonna put the name. You know what? Let me just.
Oh, wait, that's what I put. I put the name.
Just gonna put the, feel. Put the place in which we did work.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
All right, show each other.
Yeah. You were there.
Mm-hmm.
You was there.
Okay, they was there.
You was there.
All right, so cool. So that was the perfect match, y'all. I think they know each other. They be trying to fake, but yes, as you evolve, you do change. You're gonna learn more about a person, but we're gonna pick their brain a little bit, see their opinions on some things. So of course, this segment is called "With It or Quit It." So I'm gonna give you some statements. You tell me if you with it, that means you agree. Quit it, mean now. But then you gotta tell me why.
I mess with this segment.
All right. So the first one, the biggest issue in the Black community is mass incarceration. You with it or quit it?
Like, wait, hold on. I'm a little slow.
It's okay.
With it mean like I agree?
Yes.
Okay.
With it means you agree. Quit it mean no, I don't agree. But then you gotta tell me why.
And there's no in between.
There ain't no in between, girl. You gotta pick a side.
Quit it.
Quit it. Okay. No, you don't agree. That's the biggest issue.
Quit it.
Like I jumped too fast, but that's fine. I'll live.
Why do you feel like it's not?
It's one of the biggest issues, but I don't think it is
The biggest one.
the biggest one.
What do you
That's
feel
a
the biggest
plethora.
one is?
I don't know if we can put our finger on that. I mean, I guess if I had to, I would say valuing each other.
Okay.
The community aspect of it, the love aspect, in the Black community has to be improved, essentially. I think some of the crime and some of the things that we do to each other can be resolved if that community, that love, is improved and worked on, and taken seriously. So,
Okay.
yeah.
You feel the same?
I agree with him. I was gonna say, I don't think that it's the number one issue either. I think that the number one issue to me is lack of understanding or the lack of knowledge. Meaning, that word understanding can go from what has happened in our past to what is in our present and what is in our future, and just how we keep repeating the cycle because we're not exposed to understanding what we have gone through and how we can change the cycle. I feel like we keep repeating ourselves. Mm-hmm. So
I agree with that. Mm-hmm. Lack of knowledge of where we come from and our capabilities and our power definitely hinders us from moving forward. Mm-hmm. So this next one, women aren't the backbone of the family, men are, but mainstream media promotes strength and independence of the Black woman to weaken the reputation of the Black man.
Repeat that again.
Mm-hmm. Women aren't the backbone of the family, men are, but mainstream media promotes strength and independence of the Black woman to weaken the reputation of the Black man. Are you with that or you quit that? The women really be holding it down, or is it the men that hold it down and the women compliment? Or is it times has changed, these men is weak? And the way they put it in the movies and stuff like that and on media, and it's real.
Talk nice.
We usually get these questions.
How you feel?
I quit it.
Yeah, I'm gonna quit that too.
You don't agree?
Nope.
I don't agree with that.
So you feel like women do be the ones holding it down, and the media does a great job with portraying that. Like, yes, the woman is holding it down.
Time out.
Yeah, that question was complex, Hunter.
There was two sides to that question.
All right, well, let's break it down.
Go one more time.
Women aren't the backbone of the family. Men are. You agree with that or not?
No.
You don't agree with that. You feel like it's the man.
Oh, you said women are the backbone of the family. I don't like the prefacing of the question.
Okay.
Or that part of the question. I'm all about the unit. The family unit as a whole. So to pin one and say one is the backbone, one is not. I don't.
Who's holding it? Who's the glue? Everybody?
I think it's both.
Okay.
I think it's both. I feel like we both have qualities, right? Women are definitely. Okay, let me say this. I don't think women are given enough props as to all the abilities and the strength and the power that we hold.
Facts.
So that automatically makes us look weaker than the man. But if you put us up on the same scale and also compliment the male and say that he also has his same strengths, and you use them for balance, so the woman may have intuition and the man, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody has their gifts. So I feel like if we come together and share our gifts as one, then that's like saying it's the sun and the moon, like which one is more important? They're both equally like...
Right. They different and they excel at different things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Got you. So the next part, mainstream media promotes strength and independence of the black woman to weaken the reputation of the black man.
Quit it.
So you feel like media does not portray that at all. They definitely let you know that black men are strong and women probably don't get that same praise.
Let me think.
You got me thinking. You really yeah, you got me thinking.
Think about like a Tyler Perry movie or, you know, I don't know, Ratchet Reality or just like the memes and stuff you be seeing about the deadbeat dads and the single mom and the I don't need no man? Or do you know, see the complete opposite? Is it more so like, no?
I do see that. I do see that, and I think a lot of that does go on in the media. I don't agree with it. You know, too much so the whole I don't need a man. Men aren't necessarily needed in the household. I mean, I think there's, again, we're all about balance. So you always gonna get like,
but that media creating a divide.
Of course,
creating a divide.
You know, on both sides.
All right. Yeah. So this next one, the problem with black hair, skincare, and makeup lines. So this is all from black people. The hair care, the skincare, the makeup line is that they cater to black people. You can't win over the white dollar if you don't have products that suits them as well. Only way most can win over the white dollar is if their company is being bought out. That's a long statement, but do you agree?
It's a long.
Do you agree? Like all these black natural hair care lines and the skincare lines and, you know, the T-shirts that's promoting black love, that's bringing in black dollars. But are you really winning over the white dollars? Like how they're winning us over?
No, that's not who you're marketing to. You're marketing to.
So do you feel like a lot of these companies should broaden it and bring in... Or it's like, no, if that's your audience, that's your audience. That's who you're making money off of.
If that's your audience, that's your audience. If that's who you want to market to, then that's who you're targeting.
Okay. Yeah. All right, so this next one. Black artists or individuals in the entertainment industry should put their money together and create their own labels and entertainment companies. It's time to have full control over your artistry. Are you with that or you quit that?
With it.
I'll be with that, yeah.
You agree with it? Why?
You know, when it's not your league, you can't complain about the rules. You're not in control.
Right.
When you're in control, you can create your own. And so I feel like if people want to see change, then that's what needs to be done. People have to create their own. It's just that simple.
So do you two aspire to have your own, you know, situation and really do this as, you know, a duo with your band? Or is it like, you know what, we need that backing of a label. Let's do it.
open to both in a sense. I mean, if it makes sense, if we're really about creative control, being able to create the content and be able to fully express ourselves, not trying to be pigeonholed into you guys represent this, so let's push you in this direction.
And it's not to say all record labels are bad.
Right.
Some of those independent labels can fulfill the needs of everything that you may need. So it's just finding what works best for you and not just hopping onto something.
All right, cool. And this last one we're going to get into before we get out of here. Every other race is generally taught to marry within their race. Black people are taught to be accepting of all cultures. Pretty soon the world will be mixed and the solely black race will be extinct. Do you agree?
Quit it.
You don't.
Quit it.
You don't agree with that?
Mm-mm.
No? And why not?
I just the last part is really what threw me off.
You don't think we all gonna be mixed one day and light skinned and melting pot? You don't see us moving in that direction? Or you feel like this is a time where black is really marrying within black? Because if you look at most cultures, it's like the white people be like, not all, but just generally, it's like, white marry white, Indian ain't playing them games, Chinese, Asian ain't playing them games, but black people, it's like we just are taught to be accepting to everyone. Or is it like,
taught to be accepting everyone and I guess marrying into your race? You can have love for all races, but still marry
within
and again that's completely up to the person. Do
you feel like we typically marry within our race, like as a majority, like what you see in your day-to-day life and then what you see on media? Is it like like black love is where it's at, like we really doing it? Or is it like I really be seeing this black man with a white woman all the time? Or dang, can we hold down a black family at least some point?
To me, how a traditional, and that's the thing, you can't really pinpoint, you can't say everything is directly for everybody because you don't know how everybody else was raised. But for me, how I've seen stuff has always been like you marry within you are taught about black, and you always talk about how it's important to stay in that so that it can keep going forward. So it was always the opposite. If you went outside of that, black people would look at you different and be like, oh, you just bought this white girl or this white man or this whatever race you want to say to the table, and they're gonna look at you different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's the opposite. Not saying that it doesn't exist. Like there are people out there who are marrying outside of that, but when it comes to being taught, I feel like it has been always taught to stay together, and then when somebody brings somebody out, they're gonna be like, whoa, that's a little. You want her to Christmas, like to the Christmas dinner? Yeah,
I feel you on that. So, so since the rebrand and everything, do you guys feel like, what, I'm in the right direction? Or is it like, shoot, we kind of at a standstill again, like let's find some kind of game plan?
Since the rebranding, it's a different direction.
Okay.
Years ago we had different views, different ideologies, a whole different approach to what we were doing in a sense of content, the messaging. So the messaging is different. The goal is still the same though. So
still to inspire and tell the story and let people know, share your personal feelings and
just the importance of using music. Using music as therapy. The messaging is really important. I don't know if people understand how important the messaging in music is, but it's really important. So we're very genuine and authentic. We're not trying to sell people an idea or sell people a gimmick, if you will. This is our real life, so it's all coming from a real place. So I can say that hasn't changed at all.
Okay, so do you two have anything coming up that we could just pop our heads at, or any music that's about to drop that we can, take a listen as soon as it come out?
Go ahead.
Do we? We're working on some stuff. We got a couple shows next week to support the community. But right now, I think we're just kind of in that preparing mode. We always prepare months in advance, so we just kind of making sure our flow or whatever our path is kind of being laid out. So we're kind of setting the the plan forward.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Yeah.
That is very smart. So where can they follow you, find you, stalk you?
So you can follow us on Instagram at Blaquestone, BLAQUE Stone _ find us on Apple Music, YouTube, Facebook, Spotify,
or Netflix if you're watching Dude.
If you're watching Dude, you can catch 11:59 there. And yeah, a show we have next Thursday at Fast Eddie's. That's In the Moment. Shout out to them. And then the next Saturday is at the PG African American Arts Museum. I think. So, yeah.
Oh, y'all busy. Check y'all. Well, look, this is Blaquestone. This is 9 Queen. I'm Diamond B. Frazier. You tune into the Kickback Reloaded.
Hey.